David, thank you for giving us your time today. First of all, how are you feeling just physically after having such a high workload in the IPL and now making your way back into India for this 5-match T20 series?
Yeah, I mean it's been quite challenging. Obviously, 2 months of IPL, been quite busy with a lot of games, but yeah, I feel been working really hard the last couple of years with my physical side of things, and yeah, I feel good to go, fresh, ready to go. Had a two-day break in the Maldives, so that was pretty good for the mind. But yeah, back into the swing of things here and really feeling good.
I can imagine 2 days in the Maldives would have really invigorated the mind. You had a bit of time, even though it was 2 days, just to reflect on all of the goodness that has taken place, especially in the IPL. What are some of the highlights from your performance in the IPL, and what are you looking forward to in this tour?
Yeah, I mean, obviously scoring the amount of runs that I did, closing out a couple games for the team throughout the IPL was something that I looked forward to before the IPL. I mean, batting in the middle order, you always do want to finish off games, so I do pride myself on that, and it was nice to tick that box. Along with that, yeah, being successful as a team and winning the trophy was definitely a highlight. And looking into this series now, you know, I want to do much the same. I mean, that's been my objective and goal for many years now, to try and win games for the team. Really enjoy the space that I'm in, along with the experience that we have with the guys now. We've been playing for a couple of years together and building up a really nice, strong team.
A lot of people were obviously really excited and have had a lot of good things to say about your performance in the IPL, but you've been finishing very close games for the Proteas for quite some time now. Was there a mental shift, or was there anything that you've done to work on that particular part of the match situation?
Yeah, I wouldn't say I've done anything differently. I think you know, being around for a long time now, one does develop and grows and gets, you know, matures in the role that I've been playing for so many years. So I think it's more just understanding my game a lot better. You know, going into games, I still get nervous. I still, you know, there's a lot of negative thoughts that go through one's head at times with unknown. But I think it's with the experience that I've gained is more dealing with that pressure a lot better, and thinking a lot clearer and understanding my game better in what I need to do.
You're obviously the most capped player in this team right now, and you are a seasoned professional. What role do you see yourself playing, especially behind the scenes within the team? You do a lot of talking in the change room, and there's a lot of sharing of information. What role do you see yourself in, and how are you enjoying this new phase of your career?
I'm enjoying it a lot. I think, you know, it has been a long time, but like I mentioned, it's an exciting group of guys that we've got here, mixed with some experience, a lot of experienced guys, and a couple of young guys that have come through. So for me, I just see myself as a calming effect, just to try and create that calmness in the change room, trying to just clarify a few things with the younger guys as to what they need to do, trying to build those relationships a lot better, and yeah, I mean, it's really enjoyable to be giving advice and, you know, sharing my experience, but along with that, you know, you're always developing as a player and trying to learn, and it's actually quite exciting to learn from the youngsters as well, just to find out their you know, their mindsets, how they approach the game. So yeah, I mean, I'm really enjoying this space, and hopefully we can amalgamate really well together.
Temba mentioned recently that having you back in the team off the back of your really great performance in the IPL is something that the team can carry a lot of confidence going into this tour. Does that put any weight on your shoulders at all? Do you feel any kind of pressure?
No, it's not any extra pressure or weight on my shoulders. I feel, every international game that I've played, regardless of what kind of responsibility I have, senior or junior, there's always a sense of pressure. So I don't think it changes at all. As I mentioned, it's just, with the experience that I have now, I deal with that a lot better. So, it's quite a nice feeling to know that I've been at the RPL for many years and can impart a lot of knowledge onto Temba and the team. But saying that, there's quite a few guys that have also been playing RPL. So as a team, we've got a lot of experience and in the change room, and it's a good place to be in.
Did you know that you're 5 matches away from your 100th T20 international?
I actually didn't know that. So hopefully I play every game here and it's my 100th on this tour.
What does that mean to you, just knowing that you are going to be South Africa's most capped T20 international, and also the fact that you've played so many matches for your country?
Yeah, it's been a long time. I must be honest, I always wanted to play for my country, growing up, but you never quite understand how much you have to sacrifice and what you have to give to get there. And I think, looking back on my career, I never ever dreamed of playing this amount of this many games for my country. So it's a great honor, and really chuffed to have walked the journey. As you play, different goals come into play. You start realigning certain things and take season by season. So it has been a long time, and it's a great honor to. Well, it will be when I tick off that 100th game.
Yeah. What does being a Protea mean to you? You're still very passionate when you speak about wearing that badge.
Yeah, it means a lot. I think I love. We're very proud. We're sorry.
Yeah. You can go again.
It means a lot. I think as a sporting nation in South Africa, a lot of people, they wear their heart on their sleeve, and they love sport. So I've always enjoyed sport, and to play for my country and represent so many people back at home, my family, my friends, and the people that I don't know that are supporting, it is really, it's amazing. Like it's a cool responsibility, and what I enjoy the most is that when we do well as a team, it brings a lot of energy and positive vibes back in the country, and we can influence a lot of people through our performances, and give people hope. So it's very, very cool.
Fantastic. And just looking ahead to this tour, quite a lot of people have been writing around how India is not playing a full-strength team, but Team India is Team India, right?
Yeah, it is. You're right. Team India is Team India. So I think India over the last couple of years, because of RPL, they've got a lot of depth, very experienced players, and dealing with a lot of pressure at the RPL will definitely help them in international cricket. So we definitely know that they don't have their strongest team, but they a serious team nonetheless, and they've got some serious match winners, and it's going to be a challenging series, and we're well aware of that. It's always nice to play in India, against India. So hopefully it can be a nice competitive series, and we can beat them.
And finally, besides beating India and coming out on top of the series, what are some of the other objectives that the team is trying to get out of this tour, especially with the T20 World Cup coming up pretty soon?
Yeah, I think, we're looking back on our last couple of months, we actually haven't played any games since the World Cup last year. So just getting back into the swing of things with our T20 squad. We've built up a nice squad now the last year and a half, and our guys are understanding their roles a lot better. So I think it's just about ironing out a few things and just trying to get that blueprint back to where we were, and finding out a few, obviously winning and getting confidence through that leading up to the World Cup would be prize A.